can reply me fast, then we will start the session. Okay. So last time there was some technical error, so I don't know what's wrong that happened at that time. So just reply me fast, then we will begin the session. Okay. So what will be the like I take last time like one most important thing, like if you miss that particular thing, okay, it's surely gonna be a lot of loss in the exam. Okay. So in this video, in this session, we are going to take three important. Okay. So guys, am I audible? First of all, then I have to start, otherwise last time we got stuck in some place. Okay, hopefully everything will be fine. Okay. So in this session we are going to talk about three most important things. In the first part, okay, can you hear me, Soiman? Am I audible to you? Okay, hopefully everything is fine. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone, good evening. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. So in the first part, that one will be the very important one, and we will discuss about what one thing. Okay, thank you so much. What one thing that can create your result best of that one. Okay. And the next topic, that one will be, is only doing high yield topics, is it sufficient for the exam or not. Okay. And in the last, we will talk about the some motivational things which is required now this time. Okay. So what is that one first thing? Okay. So the thing is very important, like I'm going to talk about the solving techniques of MCQ. Okay, because this exam is completely going to be multiple choice question. You have to select on that which one is the best for that question scenario. Okay. So it looks like very easy, when you heard by the people, your teachers, your seniors, your some colleagues doing MCQ. It looks like it's very easy. Okay, everyone can solve MCQ. It's very tiny thing. We are not as much as conscious about the MCQ. At the last, what we will do, at the last we will buy some books like FMG solution, or any content from the coachings where they conclude all the MCQ, and we start solving those questions. This is not the correct way of doing MCQ. Trust me, guys. If you are doing like that, you are just solving with FMG solution for what you think. You think solving from the books, it looks like it's good, but trust me, this is the most blunder what most of the people are doing. Okay. So what are laggings, because this exam is completely based on MCQ pattern now. And you guys, what are most of the time we are preparing for the what we are preparing, we are reading just theories. Okay, suppose you are doing tuberculosis topic. Okay, you are doing some studying about tuberculosis, and you are comfortable while you are reading. But trust me, once you start solving MCQ from that topic itself, like from tuberculosis, I am damn sure you are going to make silly mistakes on there, and you will not understand what examiner actually going to ask on that topic. Okay, so this is very important, and honestly, I am saying you guys are doing hard work since long time. Like 1, 2, 3 repeats, 4 repeats. Why the acquired result is not coming out with that hard work? This is the one most critical thing. Why I thought like almost 60% people are doing this mistake. That's why they are not reaching that goal. Even they are doing, like you are doing very hard work, but the desired result is not acquired. Why? Because listen, this is very important, uh, in almost all the videos I told you guys, don't solve MCQ with books, don't solve. Okay, and from here almost 35 to 40 days left. Okay, since today, you have to solve at least 100 to 150 question every day. And don't just depend like when you are solving question. Okay, there are two kind of people here. When they start solving question and they start judging by own self, like I am very poor in that subject. It's not like that, dear. It's not like that. Doing MCQ, it simply means you are preparing your brain to solve that question. It doesn't mean you don't know anything, because the language of the questions are very tricky. Very tricky. Even you heard about the asthma. I know you guys already have a better knowledge, everything you know about asthma. Okay, but when exam they ask question from that particular topic, like suppose from asthma, I am damn sure they are going to ask about the where is the creola body is found in which places, in which diseases. So they are very specific about the words. They are very specific about the sign and symptoms. And what we guys are doing, we are thoroughly reading all the things. Like we have particular knowledge about what is tuberculosis, what is asthma, what is bronchiectasis. But trust me, if you are not solving question, the all hard work are going into vain. Okay, you cannot pass if you are not solving MCQ with proper applications. Try to understand this is very important thing. Why I am focusing too much on this topic? It looks like very simple, or it's not that much important for you guys, but trust me, if you are not doing MCQ, you are not solving MCQ as you are reading in the exam. Okay, like you cannot simply just read and try to take maybe this one, maybe this one, and you just go with that. This is the not correct way of doing MCQ. You just assume like you are sitting in the exam. Okay, and you read the question. How you will read the question? Nowadays they are framing question more related to the clinical scenarios, like one patient came to the emergency, one patient came to the OPD, and after investigation these details are found, and at the end they will ask two things. Do you know what? One thing they will ask, what is the next best examination, or what is the diagnosis, or what is the treatment for this disease. Or simply they will give you image, they frame the question. And nowadays the scenario is like that. The question is completely they are framing like one actual case coming in the OPD or emergencies. Okay, that's why with your classical pattern of study, just taking class and learning notes, no, it's a trap. Try to understand, it's a completely trap. You are studying like every efforts you are doing with your study. Okay, you are repeaters, you are newcomers here. But if you don't know what they are going to ask in the exam, this makes the biggest blunder. Trust me, every time you ask me, is this sufficient, is that sufficient, is this coaching is good or not, trust me, you guys don't know what they are going to ask in the exam. You are not prepared mentally, you know to you don't know what they are going to ask. You are just reading those notes only. See, creating base is very much important, very 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 much important. But at the end, you have to know what kind of question and what will be the language of the question in the exam, na? Then it will help you, otherwise it's going to waste. And I am not saying this in first time. You all, the results, see why the results are like this, because we are studying that classical patterns, reading those notes, and we never solve the question with that intention. How the examiner are thinking, you know this is the biggest thing, trust me. you you wonder how, like when you see your result a lot of the time, and you start thinking why my result is not coming with like how I am doing hard work right now, but during exam day what kind of circumstances happen with me, why I am not able to cross 150. This is the answer. You guys are not prepared for the exam. You just wrote learn those scenarios, those classical notes, but you don't know how the question they are going to frame in the exam. Okay, this is the biggest thing. Try to understand now. 35 to 40 days are left within your hands. you know and if you start doing like 150 or 200 question a one day, this will impact a great changes in your exam result. So please focus on this technique. If you think, okay, we will solve MCQ in the last 10 days, it will not going to help you, trust me. Because solving MCQ itself a technique. It may take time to develop. How will you read the question? Suppose how I read the question when I solve the question, and these things develop with time. You cannot solve question like a pro within one day. It will take time like 2 months, 3 months. And when suppose how I solve the question, how I read the question first, how I see the question first. Suppose the question are 6 lines, because nowadays they are framing question like you justly simply understand how the question will come in the exam. You are not going to that kind of question where they used to ask in the past, like per ring of pearl appearance seen in. No, you are not going to see such kind of question. Like earlier they will ask like they will give the cut section of ovary and their dot like structure, and you have to just see and take PCOD. But the same topic now, how they will ask you in the exam. One patient came in the gynae OPD, complaining with the came with the complaint of an ovulation. Okay, and having some hairs, and become fatty and irregular menstrual or absent menses with long time. And this kind of language you will see maximum in the exam, in maximum questions. They will not ask you simple one liners nowadays, trust me. There will be a question of 4 to 5 lines, each and every question like 4 to 5 lines. Okay, and they will stuffing, like the question stuffing is like that. One patient came to the emergency, one patient came in the OPD, and lot of clinical things which looks like clinical, but in between 3 to 4 or 5 line paragraph there is written, in USG we found a ring of pearl, a bead appearance, string of bead appearance. Okay, then you will just click, like you have to find out those particular things. In that paragraph you have to find that one liner. This is the trick of the examiners nowadays. They are playing. They throw you one simple question with this much of bulk, and when you see the question length, you suddenly, because you never solve those questions, na? You never solve clinical question. You just see, oh my god, how much the length of the question. This will be very tough one, because the length of the question is too much. Trust me, this is happening with you guys. When you will be on the exam day, if you don't prepared well before the exam, you will be surprised, trust me. Like this time I went in PG exam, I was completely aware, like they are asking completely clinical question. Now today what they just reduce the that criteria. So now I am eligible for that, like I will join counseling now. So these things, how I tackle that exam on that time, I haven't read for 1 year. Even I scored a good score, because I know na how they are going to ask question, how they are going to frame. Almost question there will be clinical nowadays. and they looks like clinical, but that things are not that much clinical. Okay, like I simply explain, like PCOD scenario, they will put the scenario with sign and symptoms and investigation, everything. Okay, and then they will ask what will be the diagnosis, what will be the next investigation of choice, what is the drug of choice. These kind of question will be in majority in the exam. Okay, so I know a lot of you listening right now and a lot of people will see this video later, but trust me, if you are taking it lightly, I am damn sure you are going to be in a great trouble again. If you not going to follow, trust me, you will write after your exam. So still 30 to 40 days left, so you have to develop this technique before reaching on the exam day. Okay, so this is the I hope you guys understand, or this, I don't know how much you are getting this point, but I am telling you, if you are not solving question, you are not prepared for the exam. Don't waste your time then. If you are reading some topics, yeah, some subject, try to solve question day by day with, then you develop some senses like how they are asking question from that particular topic. Otherwise it's completely nonsense from my side. Suppose you are going to drive a car, okay, and you are learning to drive a bicycle, you know, it's a completely different thing. You are learning how to drive bicycle, and suddenly someone came and put in the car and said just drive the car. How you will drive? Ask yourself na, how you will drive a car if you just know how to drive a bicycle. This same thing is happening with you. You guys are prepared for theoretical things, and at the exam day they are asking something which is very clinical, like which you never exposed your brain to on that. Okay, so this is completely different. Try to understand me. So why I am taking too much of time? Because still you guys have time, still you guys have time to prepare your brain for the exam purpose. You know, like exam is MCQ, so try to do as much of MCQ every day. Okay, no matter, don't think now you left with those that subject is too much. Whatever you have done, just try to revise it. Along with, you have to solve the MCQ like 100 to 150 question every day, and try to evaluate how you are reading question, how you like rule out those options, because all these things take time. This is the techniques, you know, you have to learn how. Suppose uh, 6 line question, what, how I am dealing with that clinical question, I directly jump on the last line, and I just see like what examiner going to ask me on this paragraph. So I just read the last line. Okay, he wants me to diagnose this case. So next I just was truly with option like okay. So I have an idea at that time. Okay, that examiner want me to the diagnosis of this condition, and those diagnoses are written there. And then I start reading by first line. Okay, then I have a click in my brain. Okay, he wants to this kind of things. Simply, this is the bestest way you can solve those kind of questions. Okay, and don't solve on that paper MCQ books. Okay, completely different thing, because you are going to give exam in computer basis. So your brain will work on the computer on that day, not there is paper. Okay, so avoid that things. Don't, if you haven't bought the FMG solution, no need to buy it right now. Solve, I don't know where you are going to solve the question, but trust me, solve on online platform. Okay, that will create a difference. First thing, I think everybody have understand this topic. If you are missing MCQ practice, you are going to lose once again. Trust me, write it down somewhere. If you are not solving MCQ, I don't know how much you are doing hard work. It's going to be, it's going to be kind of, you know, your all hard work will become waste if you are not solving MCQs. one thing and first thing finish, okay? And what is the second thing in this session? Because a lot of students are asking one similar question with me. I don't know from where they created such kind of hallucinations. Only solving high yield topics, is it sufficient to solve only high yield topics and we will pass? Trust me dear, if you haven't read books, yeah, you if you haven't read the syllabus, okay, you cannot simply understand those high yield topics first, okay? And if you somehow mug up with that those high yield topics, you cannot you even cannot solve the MCQs on exam. Do you know why? There is this very beautiful thing, very tricky thing. Examiner are not going to ask that same question with same language. What they are going to do, they will ask same topic with with different manner, okay? As such they are creating change in that question composition. You are not going to get that one, trust me. So just doing high topic without proper understanding is a completely waste of time. So I already, in all my videos, when I told you what is the importance of high yield topics, I always give you a hint. I had a great like kind of history. I read everything. I failed 2 times. Then I understand like this strategy is not good. So I have to do some smart works. But what I told you, I already told like I have read everything. Then I jump to the these techniques, searching for the high yields. Then I can connect now what they are going to ask. Okay, so trust me, if you are just like a lot of people ask me, na, sir, is this sufficient to just do the high yield topics? Can we will pass? See, only there is luck with you, and if your luck is very good, the things will maybe happen sometimes. People without learn very much well and they haven't did hard work, but they still can they still passed. So this is myth. You have to do work hard side by side. All these shortcut techniques, smart techniques, then it all going to compile, okay? Only doing high yield topics is not going to help you, because there is a reason you cannot understand the topics properly. So suppose maybe a lot of you have a problem like the time is very short now, we cannot finish everything in time. But I hopefully you are doing preparation, you read once now, all all subjects once. Now you can study high yield topics with more like intention. You give more intention on high yield topics, then it will work. At least you have to read once. And if you have developed that things, like okay, in derma you have skin, then uh, content of that skin layers and all, subcutaneous, then doing high yield, then it's good. But only doing hard work, only doing high yield topics, I don't think so it will work on the exam day, okay? And the last thing, I told a lot of the things about, lot of people, you guys are seeing me since long, like 1 year. I always try to motivate you in a different kind of manners. But I know this time I was very rude from the beginning. There is a reason behind that. Why I was rude from the beginning, and I am giving some kind of different things what I used to tell with you guys. Like this time I haven't focused too much about just do high yield topics, just do high yield topics. You know why? Because I have seen the change in the pattern. If you are doing such techniques, maybe you are going to stuck. That's why I was completely rude in this whole journey with you. Because if I said okay, just do high yield topics, you never going to study whole subject with that intention. That's why I never said just do a high yield topic this time. I always explain you, try to first complete that subject at least 1 or 2 times, then try to learn those high topics with full intention, full concentration. Okay. And the last thing, what I'm going to tell you guys, be hopeful. Okay, be hopeful. If you lost your hope right now, your all hard work going to win at the end, trust me. So in the last okay, you can message me here later, huh? I will, let me finish now. So so at the last, what I'm going to tell you guys, don't lose your hope. Because if you lost your hope right now in this condition, your all hard work is going to waste at the end. So trust me, how much you have did, it's all good. No, from now you have to think very positive. You have to surrounded by good peoples. First of all, this is very important. Your friend circle should be very positive. Okay, you cannot, I never suggest, if you ask me something what we can do in the last, I never tell you stay with those people who have negative vibes. In the last like 1.5 month, please don't keep those kind of people who always create negative vibes. Like you are having tea with your friend and suddenly he start telling you, bro, this time they again going to give us very hard paper, and again I don't think so any previous year question will come. Trust me, this is very toxic people, where you are standing and enjoying your tea. Trust me, leave those kind of people who always giving some negative vibes. These are the most people, very toxic people. Okay, these are like lithium. Okay, these these people are kind of lithium. So avoid those kind of friend circle. Okay, last 1.5 month, what you have to do, just keep revising whatever you have read till now. Okay, just be blind with the society, be blind with your relatives and other people. Just keep studying. Like when I was failing 1 or 2 times, I never think about my family, my society, anything. I was concerned completely, I have to read, I have to work hard, anyhow how I have to clear this exam. This kind of intention you have, right? You have to put these thoughts in your brain. Okay, otherwise it's completely, like you have just 4 months, and it's kind of splint race. If you stuck somewhere with your negative friends, with your nonsense things, everything is going to win, trust me. So be surrounded by good peoples. When you wake up in the morning, just have positive thoughts. Already make your own schedule, how you have to cover with this much of topic in 1.5 month. Okay, just wake up in the morning and start studying. Okay, start those topics. Like today I will finish the anatomy till night. Don't think beyond this now. The whole day you have to study anatomy and solve those high topics, previous year question of anatomy on same day. Just finish. Involve your brain completely on anatomy on that day. Next day I will study pharma today. Okay, start reading pharma. Don't think is this sufficient, or they are going to ask with same notes or not. These are the things, they are very, I don't know why. If you are having these kind of thoughts, no, is this sufficient or not? Can you read all the Robinson for pathology? Can you read all those textbooks for that? So why you have who gave you that kind of thought? Is this sufficient or not? I don't know. I never understand. I suppose when I was reading for FMG, I was just reading for, you have you. I think you had seen my those videos, black and white. Even when I was preparing, I don't have the images. I was searching in the Google for the images, and I never had that thought like, is this sufficient notes or not? I thought like, okay, this is the material, this much I have to learn, and I start learning. When I finish, take the next subject, again I start reading that subject. Okay, this was my like schedule every day. I had a plan in my brain. Okay, in within 10 days I have to finish this much of subject, and I was just doing the work like a labor, I have no thoughts and senses, like, because trust me, what I am telling you guys, it's all the practical things. There is no such fancy word here. There is no such fancy word where people will tell you, okay, just read this and this will work. Maybe these silly things work from someone, some specific type of peoples, but most of the people, you are going to be doctor now. You have to work hard. You have to work very hard. Okay. Okay. So at the last, I'm just going to say in very simple words: be hopeful. Okay, study with your good intention, and be surrounded with good peoples. Avoid unnecessary sitting with those toxic friends. Okay, only just 30-40 days left from here. Try to revise at least one time, rapid revision, okay, from any source, no matter, and try to do as much as MCQ you can do, like 100 to 200 MCQ per day. If you are missing these things, na, trust me, if you are worried about result, I am telling you, if you are not solving question, if you are not motivated, if you are surrounded by toxic people, you are wasting your time. No need to open your result on that day. Okay, surely it's not like I am demotivating. I am telling you the truth. If you are not following the techniques for this exam properly, the result will never come as you are thinking. So follow the good techniques. How then the things will work on that day, what you are waiting since long. Okay, so hopefully, why I made this video, I tried to speak in English. Why? A lot of people from south, they are also our family, so lot of time I thought like, yeah, they are missing something. I am doing selflessly for everyone, na? So it looks like I am doing unfair for them. So that's why I thought like, I know I'm not that much good in English, but I thought let me try to help all. So that's why I spoke in English today. I know I am very good in Hindi, but somehow I manage this. Okay, so hopefully, uh, I hope you got my point. Like all viewers, like, I don't know, I know a lot of my viewers are comfortable with Hindi, but sometimes we have to selfless. So that's why I thought, because this is very important, this is very much important, that's why I spoke in English. Okay, so before going to say bye bye to all of you, I am summarizing what I said today. If you are not solving question, you are going to fail. This is rude and tough, but it's truth. You have to solve 100 to 200 question per day. Okay, and the next thing, if you are beginner, you can completely depend on the previous year question. You this time you just read the previous year question and just go for exam. Okay, but for all who read multiple times, they repeated multiple times, just read once more time. Okay, and solve question as much you guys can, and try to more focus on previous year question and those topics. And the last, uh, what I told, like, be motivated just for 40 days. If you will maintain your thought process just for 40 days, you are going to rock. Nobody is going to stop you. So just think, if you can do just 15 to 20 minute meditation, this is very good. But I know a lot of people are not comfortable these kind of techniques. So just make sure you are busy with your readings, with your revisions. so you don't have that much of thoughts. So don't just sit and think, try, don't think too much like this time I will pass or not, what I read it will remember till last or not, the teacher told me I'm never going to pass this exam because I'm not that much good in. So these are just completely virtual nonsense thoughts. So from my side, the last suggestion what I applied in my exams, because thoughts are too much now, and 80% thoughts are negative thoughts, so they will act like a break of your journey. So what I did on that scenario, like I just keep reading books, listening videos all the time, like whenever I feel depressed, when I have a lot of negativities, procrastinations, I just start watching anatomy videos, some kind of videos, or just revising those previous year questions. Okay, then my brain suddenly start, you know, have less thoughts, because I never left him blank. If you simply sit one day right now, you know, you will become mad, simply you will going to be blast, you know, with your negative thoughts. So try to avoid sitting alone, just be in the library, just try to read something. No matter if you woke up at night, you know, just take some book and start revising. This is the best medicine, you know. You cannot do meditation. I know most of you cannot do meditation right now because you are not prepared for that. At least you revise, you just try to study something, just. Okay, so hopefully you understand the what I am going to share with you guys. So be hopeful, be confident. If suppose I can speak in English in this video, so you can pass simply. Okay, if I can speak English, because I am fond of speaking Hindi na, so if I can speak, so you can pass simply. Okay, so all the best guys, huh? Okay, take care, bye bye, and happy Diwali to all of you, and do your best. Okay, take care, good night guys.